let's go. This is the game Terra Nova. In the game Terra Nova, you are settlers trying to claim as much land as you possibly can. On your turn, you have 3 actions. You may use those 3 actions to move any one of your pieces or to drop walls to wall off your territory. You must always move one piece first because you cannot drop a wall unless that piece has moved. So the first action is always to move a piece. You may move a piece as far as you like in one direction so long as it doesn't hit something else. If it hits the boundary line or another person or a wall, it has to stop. You can stop it anywhere you want before one of those pieces. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So as an example, this piece could move one space and then drop 2 walls. And those areas will never be counted towards victory points, and you've created a beginning of your settlement area. Okay? You may also, instead of moving that piece and dropping 2 walls, you could move that piece and drop 1 wall and then move again, either with this piece or with a different piece, whatever is best in your strategy. And additionally, let's say there was a bunch of wall over here and you wanted to get inside of this walled area. You could take your piece and move it once, twice, and then wall the other guy out. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the kind of strategy you want to be thinking of. You want other people to build up as much wall as possible, and then you want to go take that great land that's already been cut off. Does that make sense? That's where the strategy of the game is. You score victory points according to how many land masses are in the territory. As an example, I cannot on my next turn simply drop a wall here and say, oh, this is all mine now. Because what do I have to do first? Have to move. So what I could do is I could go 1, 2, and drop a wall. That's all 3 actions, but now I still claim the same amount of territory. Make sense? Because I'm here by myself, I would score 3 victory points, because there's only 1 type of landmass, times the 4 different landmasses. So it is, 4 of the same landmass. So that is 12 victory points. Everyone understand? And blue gets 12 victory points if that happens. And then this piece comes off the board, never to be used again. So use your pieces wisely. Don't put 3 people in where you could put 1, because you'll lose the opportunity to claim future landmass. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happens if 2 people are in there? Yes, sir, you know? Not quite. You take the number of victory points and you divide it by the number of equal players. So these 2 top players are both equal. They, instead of getting 12, they'll each get 6 victory points. What happens if there are 3 colors in there when it turns out, when it finishes? Yes, sir? Divided by 3, which comes up to what? 12 divided by 3? 4. 4 is correct. So we're going to learn some math skills too. All right, and then all 3 come off the board. But what happens if it looks like this? Who gets the victory points? What do you think? Yes, sir?
Since there's more of those, they probably get the...
They being blue? Exactly. So these guys simply go away and don't score anything. Blue scores all 12 victory points. Does that make sense? So your goal is to claim as much of the victory point potential as possible. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions about this game? Okay, great. So we're going to get started then. All right. Thank you, sir.